mediocre team and Big D. That's what makes this funny. How about the Cowboys? How about the Cowboys?
They go with Cunningham.
Come on! You gotta be...
The 20.
Wow.
Touchdown,
Wow, okay.
Detroit.
That's crazy.
Come
on, man. Surely because you love to compete, but this shit whack as fuck sometimes, cuz. Easy work, Zeke! Perry been shooting.
You are watching a master at work.
Welcome back to another episode, Headaches to 8 and 8 over the hump. We are back with episode number 4. This time we talking offense. We're going to break down some plays. We're going to see how, what's really went wrong with this offense. He's had some ups and downs. We talked about it in episode 1. The way that it flows, it's had its great times, it's had its bad times, but we're gonna try to fix it and maybe not even make it great. We just want it to be good, where we don't have those bad times. You take the bad times out of the way, that can really elevate those close losses to wins. So we're gonna try to do that. Make sure you go check out the podcast, NDP podcast. Search MSR Space Network on Spotify. Same thing on YouTube. Search us up on Twitter at MSR League or at MSR_network. But we're going to get right into this one. Tim, what's going on, man?
Bro, how you feeling?
Good, man. I'm good. What you thinking tonight? We 3 episodes in. We got 2 left. What you think is we're going to really get down into, the nitty-gritty. The other stuff's been it ain't been real, direct yet. But this one, we're going to get to it tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're going to get to it. This is it's the meat and potatoes, I think, of where we're going with this. Like we always say, well, we said a couple times. I'll correct myself. We've you kind of gone into this a little bit blind. Like I don't know exactly where exactly you're gonna go with this. You've had your own pre-show preparation. I've had my own pre-show preparation based on kind of like a skeleton of what we could talk about, but. Look, man, I got my thinking cap on. I got a nice silky on, nice do rag or whatever, and I got ready to take some notes, man. Sticky notes up and ready to go. Let's work on getting better tonight.
We're gonna get straight into it then. This starts the breakdown. First play. Oh, you can't even see him, huh? Look, already messing up. Here you go. Now you can see him. There you go. My fault. A little technical issues. There you go.
We can always record that. Go back.
All right, back to it. Now, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. All right, first play. So you see, you got Carruthers here coming in motion. I started this play a little early because I wanted you to see that he was coming in motion because that's a big part of this play, right?
Right.
So he starts out here. So go ahead and take me into this play a little bit. I'm gonna pull it to where you can see the play art. Boom.
So yeah, once I saw Kylo kind of follow the other receiver to make sure it was aligned right, I was feeling man. I was feeling it was at least a man look pre-snap. this way the safeties were, just kind of felt like a cover 2-man look. So I sit Carruthers over there so I could possibly get a one-on-one backside with Leon, or if there somehow wasn't man, then I had the streak in between the two safeties, or I was taking the out route to Bartow since it looked like man.
All right, so if it is man, then what's your first read? Because you got the way it's set up. I agree with you. With him moving, it's definitely man. Like that's a for sure sign. He moved somebody over. If it was zone, he would just baseline, right? So,
Right, baseline, correct.
So what's your first 2 reads?
So in this particular one, I'm thinking that my first read is probably I'm trying to see if if that drag looks very quick underneath, going from left to right. But I'm keeping an eye on that out route. But I can see just as this play is already going that I may have overlooked the flat route kind of interfering a little bit.
Without playing it, so like I said, knowing man, right? You want your reads want to be progressive. So I would say the out route is your primary read, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just check straight down because Lee's on a man beater too, so he's gonna be open off the break. So, but I think you go Bartow and then you check table route because if let's say this linebacker is manned up here, or if this one, let's say it's cover 1 and this one's in a hook. And this linebacker right here is actually the one man. He's going to be wide open, right? Because he's going to pull him away. He's going to be wide open. He's got Avonte Maddox on him. He's shifty. He's small. The drag probably not going to be open. So I'm going boom, boom, and then you can check the drag and the curl at the same time. But it's a progression this way. So I'll let it go ahead and play. Then I'll let you see it again. So you do some weird adjustments that nothing really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did move him out. Okay. Which is smart because I kind of probably felt that. Yeah, that could have.
Boom.
Yeah.
So see,
I had it too.
Yeah,
I had it.
You did. So you blocked Zeke, which is fine. So that just makes it go out route drag curl. But
I had it. I didn't trust it.
Look at that. Look at this back. Yep. Boom. That should have been your first read right here. And then so let's say you didn't go here. So now you see
I still had the curl.
Yeah, this linebacker is here, so he's gone. Like you got to check off him, or you lowball it already. It's got to be out of your hands. But then he's not even finished this break yet. So like I just want to see when your feet move. Look at you. You're shifting. You're shifting. You're back this far, so that lets the outside guys get to you.
I
but
step up. If you step up and even to the left, step up and go left. Like I've already pancaked that guy. Yeah.
Look how you could go. I mean, you step up right here. You have the out route, you have the curl route, like the options are available, but you have a
scramble, probably,
yeah, you could go up. You have a very hard time moving up and to the side. Instead, it's like you don't run, but it's just a progressive shade one way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just progressively shade or shade. And that's very bad because
and I'm curious to see as we go on how much of that has affected key possessions, key situations in games, because I mean look I was just getting ready to say before you started to play, I remember at this point in the game, it's around 2 in the morning, I need a play. It's 7-0. My defense have made enough stops to where it's like, okay, we need a score before the half. And yeah, just if I step up, I got a guy that's even coming back to, get a block on that superstar tackle coming back in there.
You probably got all this to run, but look how open the dude.
Yeah, I mean Bartow was there even before I started moving, so that's the first mistake. But then it's just like, okay, even if I did mess up, okay, recognize the pocket, step up a little bit. Wentz has enough feet that he could get to that second spot. So. That's one. That's where your feet got happy feet too early.
So here we go, 4th and 5. Now this is for the game, right? Eagles down 7, 4.5 minutes to go. It's not the game, but it's the game. So
it's the game.
I call this the J-Rod play, right? This is J-Rod's shot play.
He loves
it. He runs it so much. To me, it's a 2-read play because no one throws comeback routes, but
no one ever throws
against
comebacks.
Man. The comeback routes are open, right? So you see this immediately. Boom. Right. He's got a single high. I immediately check out of this because this is what you want, right? Like, this is why you call this play. His single high is never going to be open. unless you
Right.
just wait, and then throw like way over here. But so it looks like man to me. It could be a little zone. What do you read going into this play?
Yeah, it looks like it's man, especially since there's linebackers are in tight on Zeke. It just looks that way, man. The slot corners are right at the sticks, about 5 yards off, and the outside corner. So it just looks like based off of how their alignment is, it's more likely man. If it is a bit of a cover 3, cover 4 look, it'll show itself pretty quickly.
Yeah, to me it's cover 1 or it's cover 3. One of the two. And I think you'll find out off the rip just looking at the slot receiver. And so what's your reads here then? It's 4th and 5. You gotta have 5 yards, right?
4th and 5. Yeah. So if it's man, the Y button is pretty much out of the picture. I'm looking at Bartow, especially if I can get enough blocking to where I can get a clean enough look for him to cross my vision from right to left. If not, then I'm looking at a backside. Not backside. I'm looking at a front side comeback over there to Allington.
So to me, the first thing I'm doing on this play is smart routing Caruthers, because I want him. If it's man, he's gonna beat him. I want him crossing in between the linebacking group and the safety group. I don't want him going right to because the safety's gonna drop back. He's gonna go right to. So I'm gonna smart route him. And then if it's man, I'm probably going to him early. If not, it's the comeback routes. Bartow's out of this play for me if it's man. If it's zone, it all depends on this hook. If this hook is here, if it's a hook, then he's pretty much out of the play, and you really got to fit this into Carruthers somewhere. But if he's manned up for some reason, then I'm hitting him early on a little low ball. So, but I think the comebacks are gonna. If it's man, you're almost going to have to hit the comebacks. I don't know what happens in this play, but we'll see.
I kind of forget on this one too.
I feel like you force, but okay. Play action off the rip. Boom. What is it?
Hey.
It's man, right?
No, it's man. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's man because it's cover 1. Boom. Mm-hmm. You have his user turned around again. That's an easy look if you really want
that's an easy one.
But now, so see, you got a little bracket here with Caruthers. You do have a little space. But
it's got to be quick, yeah.
It's a long throw. You should already be checking I need to step up, because the comebacks are going to be there, right?
Yeah, Zeke got me too, so.
Mm-hmm.
Did I throw this to Howard? No, I forced it in the middle.
He made the right throw, just too late. Let's go back.
It was 2 seconds too late. Facts, it was. I should have thrown it right at the break. Boom, right there.
It should be in his hands.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's almost like you waited a little bit to try to I don't know. I think his user kind of confused you a little bit, and then by the time you realize fuck, his user's not there.
Inside.
Yeah.
Once his user went inside, I probably looked off of him because I was like, Kyle would probably follow him, but I just patience too, a little poise to kind of follow it up, but. That's definitely because at first thing I'm thinking okay, I'm hitting A, right, and but I didn't.
So look at this. He's on an island.
And Leon's got that. Leon's got that. If I step up, he's got that.
Is.
Howard's got that. Yeah.
He's on a midget. So it's just it's just situations. This is the game.
This is the game. Facts.
And this is where stepping up in the pocket buys you so much time because look how far you are now. You're at the 40.
Yeah, and I think I make a lot of even throws I do complete. I tend to catch myself making throws back in the pocket, it's a completion, but I could have stepped up and made that throw a little easier.
From what I see a lot of people do when they start trying to work on their pocket, right? They work on not drifting because that's usually the main problem. You do it too. They either drift or they get out of the pocket too early. So what they do is they just stand there. So they'll make it to where when the drop back happens, they just stop. So they look like a statue sitting there waiting for the play. And while that's better than drifting, it doesn't do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? You're just kind of a sitting duck and letting these people tee off on you. So stepping up in the pocket would just change you. And if you really want to take it a little bit further, you can always press right or left on the analog stick, on the left analog stick, to stop your drop back immediately. Anytime you want to stop your drop back, boom. So if you see instant edge pressure off the right and you in your drop back, press it left, step up, step around, and then you back in your play. Instead of a lot of people will finish their whole drop back, and by that time he's in your face, and you can't do nothing. So we go 3rd and 3. early on this game, but it's another third down. I really wanted to focus on third downs because from what I watched, you move the ball well on first down. You do well on second down. You don't take enough shots on second down, but you set yourself up.
You said that, yeah. You said that,
To
yeah.
third and fourth manageables, but you really struggle in key downs like this. So I really wanted to focus on these later downs. You won't see a lot of first and second down calls on here. You come out, it's 3rd and 3. You know, you got the run with Zeke, so that it's not bad to have a play action. You have a 2 tight end set. You have the crosser here. You have the post, and then you have Bartow going deep along with the little Zeke table route. So it's not a bad zone play, but what you see?
Yeah, it looks definitely definitely gives me zone vibes. But I could have also saw it as man, just because of how close these corners are on the left side. This feels like a press look. This is also a 3-3 nickel 3-3-5 odd. So I know I'm more than likely putting Ware in a pass block situation and moving him to the left side, just to isolate this far corner. To test if he's in any man coverage or if he'll be blitzing. So I'll just shift my line to the right to account for him.
With this cornerback right here, the way he's set up, that shows man. This is 100% man. If you move him here, he should move to like right here.
Right.
We'll see what you do. I don't know what you do. You are gonna move him. Yeah. Boom. He should shift. Boom, man. 100%. So now, okay. So now here you are. Now you done move. Where there we go. Now you know it's man. So what's your man beaters?
My man beater is the tight end crosser.
Maybe.
Maybe, and then the post. The post. As soon as the in break. Probably this is where you talk about the smart routing. I don't know if it'll probably be good. The smart route here. Okay, because it'll be more like a slant or skinny post there, but even still, it'll get him behind that linebacker, so you should be able to hit that cubby hole right there.
Depends on what linebacker is manned up to Zeke as well. He could come open, but if I see this,
I like to look for Zeke, but if I'm not trying to check it down for sure, those are the two.
On a down like this, I know it's man. Ellington's got Jalen Johnson on him. Jalen Johnson's a hell of a corner. I'd probably call timeout.
Yeah.
Or I check, see if I got a shotgun check out of a play. That, or you gotta have like maybe you take Bartow and put him on a slant. Something, you gotta have a man beater. The post is a man beater, but with Jalen Johnson shaded up so far on the inside,
yeah,
I don't
he takes
know
that
if
away.
he gets separation. I don't know if he gets separation, and the tight end cross is really not a man beater. It just depends on speed, and Wynn's he's not the speedy type. So we'll see what happens. I don't remember what happens. Okay, play action. Wynn does beat him, but there he is. See, that's why I was talking about. You can't throw it. You could have threw it there.
The angle. Yeah. If that's going from left to right, that probably is an easier throw for Wentz. But because he was going from right to left, I think he puts that in the face of the DB. DB can undercut that easily.
You probably can make this throw. You might be able to make this throw. But where you mess up is...
I didn't throw it to Zeke immediately.
Just watch Wentz. I'm going to pause it. Watch this. Boom. This is not a boot play. This is not a rollout play. Like, you should be stepping up in this pocket. Watch your quarterback. Look at you just cut the angles out. Once you go right here, you almost take now you're having to throw this way and letting this corner and letting this safety come down instead of being right here and low balling this underneath. You take Lee out of this play. You don't got Zeke. Bartow was bagged. So now your only read is Win, and you wait too long to throw it.
True.
See what I'm saying? See how you took you took Lee out of it? It's just the drift. Just watch it one more time, and I'm gonna get off the soapbox. But
no, you good. You good.
Watch the drift. That's
I carried it like a boot play.
Almost, yeah. You weren't sprinting, but I mean that's basically what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of I drifted out the pocket. I kind of, in a sense, the rush was coming, but it wouldn't have come as fast if I stood up. Yeah.
All right, quick little insert in the video. Just this next part, I might have been wrong just a little bit. Hashtag Hop can't read the defense, but I knew I had to say something for TJ and all y'all killed me in the comments. So I was just wrong, just a little bit, but we'll go back to the video. W. I watched W a lot. Used to be a pro Madden player. Now I just kind of a streamer, but Hey,
Yeah.
you say sometimes you just gotta stand up in the pocket like a man. That separates the passers from the non-passers, and you're not wrong. So now
You're not. Yeah, you're not. A lot
Same,
of the best ones know how to maneuver that in their pocket. Facts.
same game, 3rd and 8. So another play where you need something. Let's see. He shifts his whole defense, right? I should have started with this. So you were in a different place. So you audibled, okay? So you audibled. Now his whole defense shifts. What's that mean?
He doesn't know.
Nah, that's
Let me
man.
see. Yeah,
No,
that's man. No, that's what I said at first. I said he was a
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
So if he audibles and the defense doesn't shift, then it can be zone. But if they shift like that, it's because he went to man, right?
Yeah.
So now you already see them shifting. You know it's man. What's your reads?
I'm definitely looking at that matchup with Carruthers, and I'm seeing if I can get that quick. I know I have win if I throw that right as he's breaking at the sticks there. But yeah, those are my 2 reads easily.
Yep. I mean that's right. That's your 2 reads, but you smart route him to this. You smart route him so that he's a read now. Now he's in a man beater, but here he's nothing, right? You're gonna have to.
Okay.
He can. If
Well,
he's,
okay, wait, okay.
No, I'm just saying, if he's open here, it's
Mm-hmm.
because this guy's deep, right?
Right.
But if he's in man, he might leave him open if he doesn't press up. It just depends on what coverage he's playing, but he shouldn't. If he's smart routed, it's going to be there. Whereas here,
Well, let me ask you this: the reason why I on this particular play I may not do that from time to time is because I worry that. I feel like I just maybe that's just again I've said this before about my anxiety. Is it wild to think that it's all about when I throw the corner to the tight end, but would that be kind of compressed? Because I've seen,
close.
especially if he's playing off a little bit, what if that corner route and he just all of a sudden just cuts over there? Would that probably be if it's a late throw, or I could just low ball it, sometimes, or throw it to the outside on the curl?
It all depends on the timing of your throw. If you throw it at the break, no, he's not in the play.
Oh, he's not gonna be there. Okay,
but
right.
if you
That's
wait
why I said throw it right at
and
the
then
sticks.
possession catch to the sideline, then he might be able to click on. But it's just gonna be a hell of a user if he does. Like, let's see
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
I feel like it's not. I said that this is man, but I feel like then it's zone. Yeah, of course, because I said it's man. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so,
he fooled the hell out of me. I think I said that on the stream too. I was like, wow, he fooled the hell out of me because like it looked like man, like that
Right.
that type of motion where the corners are switching sides of the field. That's a man.
So I don't know what he did that changed that because I was always under
And
the
I had the
assumption-
check down too. What the hell is that?
Yeah, I was always under the assumption that when the defenses switch like that, it's because they're lining up to the right man. But the only thing I can think of without looking at the stream,
He might have been in man line and then that audible kind of
he
activated
audibled
it
and
too.
then base aligned, and that's what shifted everyone. So let's see now. So now you thought the same thing I did. You thought, man, boom, off your break,
God dang.
boom.
I
So
had the curl.
you had the
Yeah.
curl, you had Zeke, you did not have this, and this is the one that you threw.
And-
So
Yeah, I had the
and
stop
he
route
probably,
though.
if I guess, he moves. I'm guessing he thinks this is a drag and goes this way, and then boom, he
If I
stops.
throw that to the right, that's a first on the B route.
100%, 100%.
It's so dope seeing this
Look
from
at-
this
look at
perspective
Zeke.
though.
Look at Zeke.
Yeah, that's what I said. I had to check that. I don't know why I didn't look at it. Just I
Or-
wanted to throw the Carruthers because I was like, "Fuck, that's not man. I'm gonna throw it anyway."
Yeah, you were locked in on it being man, which I would have thought it was man too, but you were locked in on it being man,
gotta
and
bring
then
my
you went
eyes
to
down.
Carruthers.
Gotta bring my eyes down.
Now, where did your quarterback go? Because that's what I haven't watched. I want to see if he
Okay.
drift. Let's see here. That's so weird, that zone. I'm not gonna lie to you. It would have fooled me too. I probably wouldn't have thrown that corner route, but it would have fooled me. See, you stand in the pocket right there. See, that's fine. You stand in the pocket, you take a step to create a different angle, and then you throw.
Wrong read though. Just wrong read.
Bad throw, but that's how you want to throw that throw if you're going to. I can't believe that was zone though. Yeah, my bad, guys. Yeah.
That would throw me off.
So,
But yeah, I gotta bring my eyes down.
Oh, I know why I clipped this one. Now, set the scene. Tie game. First quarter again. 2nd and 9. Big Lee Ellington. Win. Bartow. I'm going to let it play, then I'm going to let you talk me through it.
So yeah, again, like you said, probably have been
Smart
moving
route.
the ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Usually on these type of plays, I get the offside, so I'm definitely throwing. Now I see that I'm definitely throwing. I didn't throw a deep. Okay.
No. That's cool. Not a bad
Okay.
throw. Watch this though. You get the offsides, right? Now
I didn't take the shot.
It's
That's what I
one-on-one
said. I
with
didn't take the
Lee.
shot.
Yeah, it's 1-on-1 with
Yeah.
Lee. What you got to lose? You
I didn't take the
gained
shot.
5 yards. You would have gained that anyway. You know, it's
But that's
just
what I said.
situations
I was
like
like, oh, I
that.
take the shot. That's what I say. Oh,
Yeah.
I take the shot. Okay. I got the offside, but I didn't take the shot.
It's just situations. Do you make that throw? He probably
Probably
picks
not.
it.
Probably
But
picks
you
it. Or
give
50-50 incomplete.
You
Yeah.
give your 6'6" receiver a chance to go up and get one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to precision it left and make it a 1-on-1 instead of throwing it and let him undercut it. But you gain 5 yards on this play. You gain that off the offsides, period. I'm taking a shot.
Yeah.
You give me an offsides like that, I'm going to take unless it's something like 3rd and 8 that I just need yards, you know what I'm saying, and I have the first, then I might take that. But 2nd and 9 on the 22? Nah, I got to let my mans eat. You know what? I'm going to let him give him a chance at the worst. But that's why you made a good read. Like, you know, it works.
Right, but that wasn't the time. Yeah. That's one of those ones where, like, but you could have let that go and see what happened. Like, worst case, you was only getting 5 yards anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, you just threw a 5, you know, a little drag, got a little bit, but now let's see if you even accept it. That's what I want to know. Yeah, you do, because now you make a 2nd and 4. Yeah, so I mean, you would have been like, see what I'm saying? Like, it just situations like that. Only a couple more. We only got a couple more.
That's sweet. Okay.
All right, 3rd and 6, same game, down by 3 in the second half. He's got, you know, he's set up in the same thing that you just seen a minute ago. Could be cover 1, could be cover 3. Talk me through this a little bit.
Yeah. If my memory serves me correctly, I was skittish on this play because I know what this looks like. It can, like you said, it can be cover 3, but it looks like man. So I'm saying if it's man, I'm throwing either curl. That's the easy one for me. I'm throwing either curl unless I can get Carruthers past this slot guy and I can throw it left deep down the field. But more than likely I'm thinking it's man. And if it's zone, cool. I got a quick inside, maybe slot streak, or you know I can hit one of these. If he plays it inside enough to slot, I can hit the curl or take the check down right there. See how that linebacker plays it, take the check down. But try to find either one of these seams if I can.
My thing is, I just don't like this play call in general when you need yards, because everything, you have the streaks, which
it's predicated on 2 routes basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all going to depend on what the coverage is, but the windows that it would be open in cover 3, you're gonna have to make that read like.
Yeah.
And if you're reading, it's all on this linebacker, right? If you're reading this linebacker, are you gonna have time to hit this window? And so, like, you're just praying that it's man and you hit this, but even curls aren't, like, I just don't like this play call. It doesn't give you enough options for me. It doesn't give me enough
Say that
options.
before, like, you didn't like how I set up. Like, you said that in another game. Like, I don't like where you set up your receivers in that particular game, so.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just options. Like, it's not a bad play call. It might work, but it's just not. There's not a high probability of it working. Boom, it's cover 3. So see now this is it was man. So like, but look
I just
where
forced it. Yeah.
He puts this one on a zone hook and that threw you off. This was your read, right? He puts him on a hard flat, and he's got that hard flat. Now you're completely bagged. You have nothing this whole play.
Fact.
That's what I'm saying,
so
bro. Like,
bagged. So bagged.
he manned and he hard flat and took away your curls. So now like you have
I've got nothing.
You have a 1/10 of a second to throw this curl on the outside shoulder low ball and maybe make it happen. And no, you don't. You're just not making that.
That hard flat was. I'm just bagged. Yeah.
The only throw you got out of looking at this to have a prayer is over here and just lob pass and just let him go get it. Like, and instead you forced it right. That was another thing.
I didn't mean to throw it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know what that was. Maybe I thought that was someone else, but I don't know why I threw that inside. Because first thing I'm thinking is throw it left. I have a chance, but throw it left.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough. He does have a step. He might get that if you lob.
Yeah, he could get that if I lob that deep. Like, he can get that extra. I see people beat me with that before, where it's just directional. You get enough step on him, it's sweet.
All right, last one. Like I said, that wasn't a bad. I just don't like the play call. You just need to set yourself up for better. Success.
It was 2 routes and nothing was
anything
there.
over the middle right there.
Alternative.
And it's 30 yards. You know, post, slant, anything like that, and you're getting just money on that play. But you just didn't give yourself enough options. Second and goal, you're down 18, 441, so touchdown or bust at minimum. You're come out in this tight formation. You got your primary read. You know you want Lee in the back of the end zone. You could always have the slot streak if this safety moves one way. You know this play already. I see you smiling. So, what you reading here off the line?
I know I was moving the ball down the field. I'm frustrated though because I feel like I shouldn't have lost this game. So at this point, I'm just trying to quickly get a score and see about having one final chance. So I'm taking everything on the left side. I'm either looking for, based on how that free safety moves, if he's kind of shading more towards the corner of the end zone, I'm throwing that slot streak quickly inside down, or if he's like kind of staying in that area going straight back or shade inside, I'm throwing it up in the back of the end zone to Lee.
Okay.
I got the drag coming through backside as well.
I think cutting the field in half is good. Keep all the reads this way. Step up in the pocket.
Right.
It looks like it could be a blitz, so it's probably a cover 3 look if it's most zone blitzes are cover 3. I think your first read is this. If you want to hit that. Because if he moves over, then you just... But then Lee should come open. And if not, you always have your 2 checkdowns.
Right.
So, we'll let it play. Then I'm going to let you tell me why I clipped this. You're going to know. And you got an offsides.
I didn't throw it up. I didn't throw it.
You threw it up.
I did throw it.
Oh, yeah, you threw it. Well, what'd you do?
I drifted it.
Nope.
Or I didn't step up in the pocket.
All right, so you did drift and you did step up, but it's fine. Like, you have this ball. Like, this is a touchdown, right?
Right.
But instead, you highball it by himself.
And
he doesn't get his feet in because he has to reach up.
Yes, I did. I did.
If you don't highball this, it's a touchdown every single time. Look at that.
That's a touchdown. Oh, my God. That's a touchdown.
And that's been... I clipped that only because that's been such a big problem of your game. You've had so many turnovers, so many inaccurate passes, and so many missed chances because you highball on throws that you have no reason to highball on. I did watch, so I probably watched every game this season, like in-depthly as we've been doing the show, and I did see it work once. Once you threw a just terrible read, highball to Lee, and he just mossed Kylo.
Came down with it.
Back in the end zone, like he did a full 180.
It was on the right side of the field. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
Just a wild throw, but it worked. Like that. But that's the probability of it. It's like a 1 in 10 chance. But if you don't highball that, then it's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown, easy, because the safety is literally watching him run past him.
Yeah, every single time. So that's all the clips I had. There's little things that you do. The biggest things that I've seen from your offense is A, the highball. You highball way too much. B, you have to start hitting holes as you're running back. There's so many plays where you could go right or left and it's 15, 20 yards at minimum. And you run directly into your lineman. Just right into the back of them. And next thing you know, it's a 2-yard gain. And you're in a second and long and having to speed up a little bit. It's just slowing down. DK talks about it all the time. Lay off the turbo. I'm a very turbo person. I know a lot of people run where they don't hit the turbo until they hit the hole because they say that they release the blocks and stuff.
Yeah,
I have a quick enough back where I'm on turbo from the get go because I'm trying to get to the hole and get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe not Zeke, but Cunningham, you can probably be on the turbo a little bit more. It's really just filling your back and kind of playing with it a little bit to figure out that little thing. But with Cam, I'm hitting turbo from the jump, man. If you release off the block, cool, I'm going right or left. Like that's just how I play. I don't, but you just gotta find that way. But those are the 2 things that I've really seen that really messed up. And then the drift. You gotta quit the drift. Even if you don't step up well enough yet to really avoid pressure, because that's the thing with stepping up, right? A lot of people will try to step up, but they step directly into the pressure, and then it's kind of worse than the drift. So I go in practice mode before every game. I call a blitz that sends 5. And I run through different pass plays where I don't pass it. I just sit in the pocket, looking at my reads, calling out my reads until I get sacked. But the whole time I'm just moving in the pocket, avoiding pressure. But while I'm doing that, I'm calling out the reads that are open. Because what you'll do is you'll do it in practice and you'll get to where you're watching the O-line the whole time, but you got no clue what's going on up here. So you have to like call out the reads so that way you have the experience of like looking downfield but feeling the pressure at the same time while you're doing that, and that will help you a lot, because a lot of times you'll be able to step up and to the right or to the left, and next thing you know you're about the line of scrimmage, but there's no one near you. So now you got that you can tuck it and go. You got different angles you can throw. It gives you more time. It just does so much to your game. Trying to think what going next, getting past the breakdown a little bit. I really want to talk about efficiency, because I think the way your team, like you can look at my team, if we have a little different, because I have a high-powered offense, but let's say you slow that down a little. My defense is never number one. It was a couple of years in terms of points because of Donald, because of the turnovers, but I give up a lot of yards every single year. I'm never number one in any offensive category unless it's points, and that's usually because my defense gives me good opportunities and I convert. But you don't have to be the best. You just need to be good on both sides. If you can be around that 10 to 12 range on both sides, you will have so much more success, because it leads to points. If you minimize the mistakes and maximize the opportunities, it just leads to points, because that leads to you limiting turnovers, and that's been your Achilles heel. When you don't throw picks, you play great. When you throw picks, you are bad, and it comes down to A, take more sacks, B, take more throwaways. People rag on throwaways. I'm a throwaway type of person. I will throw it away 15 times a game if it comes down to it. If I don't have nothing, I'm throwing it away. It just is what it is. I mean, you'll see it in all my games. If I'll much rather take a throwaway and punt than force a shot and give a pick and set that quarterback momentum back.
Right.
That's when it starts to get bad for you, because then you throw one bad read, then the next two's on Carson, and now you're just pissed. So now the game's over.
Yeah, because you got to account for something that may not be out of control too. So you can't. Yeah, you don't want to start that role for sure. And you know the thing about the momentum. You said the efficiency. Like, you look at my defense. Like, my defense for the majority of the cycle, besides maybe I think season 2, I have been nothing worse, I think, than like 12th defensively. Like, last year I had a top 10 defense. Again, for me, it's it's been the 3 out of the last 4 seasons been the turnover differential. If I've literally been giving the ball away more than I'm taking it from people, and the amount of takeaways I've had have decreased. So if you're increasing the amount of times you're turning it over, you know what I'm saying? So you're already taking the ball away, taking extra chances away from yourself to score, and then your defense having to be on the field more. So yeah, top 10 defense, but you're also having to be out there a lot too, which can lead to, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but it's never good when your defense is on the field more than your offense. So I've had a lot more seasons where that's been kind of the norm. And yeah, you got to be able to help your offense out by being efficient, and like you said, those throwaways, taking those moments where maybe a sack or this and that, but you'll get over. I like this season, I've thrown for more yards than I've done the whole cycle. Threw for a lot of TDs, but those interceptions were there too. So even if you finish more TDs and touchdowns, it's like, okay, I could have decreased that by at least 10 to 12 just from pocket presence, better decision making, taking check downs, throw out a sack. Those are the ones too. I'd probably say half of those, or at least a third of those, are from throw out of sacks, trying to force it at the very last second where it was not necessary. So definitely great pointers, bro. Appreciate that for sure.
And the other thing that I have for you, so it was all about efficiency, limiting turnovers, and staying balanced. You are a good team when they don't know what's coming. You struggle when you're very run heavy. You struggle when you're very pass heavy. But when you stay in that pocket where it's hard to guess what's coming next, very, very good.
What's been that? Yeah.
And that's where you just need to get back to that. You have a few problems of being a little predictable, especially with the runs and where they're going. But if you just mix up your first down call, it all starts on first down, right? Like me and you talk about all the time, 4 or more is good for me on first down. You just want to set it up. You can do that with the pass too. When people stack the box against you, I know when I play you, I just stack the box. And I always say, hey, if he beats me passing, so be it. And if people start playing on that, beat them passing. Like, period. Just take what they give you. I know you can take something from J-Rod. I watch J-Rod a lot. I know him. I know him for so long. Watch when he comes to the line. He will pick a play, and immediately as he's walking up to the line, his audibles are up.
Oh, no question.
He's reading the defense, and then he's audibling down.
That's his move. I like that. Yeah.
What he does well that you could take from him is I'm not gonna say he's a runner. He's a pass, but he can run very well. And here lately, he has been a run first type of person. What he does, and he spreads the ball out, comes out in a look that you have to respect, and then he said, "Oh, weak box," immediately checks down. Anytime he sees three linemen, immediately check down to a run. Boom, handoff, go. Anytime he sees a weak box out of a shotgun set, it's a run, and he has great success with that because then next time you come out in a weak box, you're like, shit, he's about to run. He audibles. You step up for the run. Boom, play action over top of your head. That's his game. And if you could take little things like that and mess with people, you could take your game to the next level. But try that. Try to come out next season with your audibles up and really think about it every single play. It's like, oh, okay, I know what this is. He's got a weak box here.
18-19 vibes.
And just go 22, 23
Limbo.
rushes a game and then follow it up with like 17, 18 passes. That right there is going to lead to so much more success from you if you just accept it. Like you've gotten better as a passer this cycle, but can you sit and pass all game? No. I mean, you could, but you're not going to have that great success that you would. And run first also leads to less turnovers, unless you're fumbling like that Rico game. But we won't get into that too much.
Give him too much shine.
Yeah. I mean, you can go ahead and talk a little bit about your cycle because I know I played you first game of the cycle. Me and you actually.
First game, bro. We cracked it open, right?
Super run heavy. First season, probably first 3 seasons really. And then season 4, you kind of started shifting. Then the wins trade, you really shifted to the other side. And now you're struggling finding that, like, what am I good at? Like, what's my strengths? Where should I be going? You struggle with that mid-game, and you can see every game this last season I watched, you had a different game plan. And you never were really comfortable with your calls and stuff. You could see it. But so you can go ahead and talk about that a little bit, the progression, how the cycle of your thought process behind it, I guess I should say.
Yeah. So this cycle for me was to be, I think more than anything, my focus was to be as crazy to say, but my focus was to be dominant. I really thought this was going to, last cycle I wasn't really much. I had one playoff season really. I had a lot of 8-8 seasons, a lot of average seasons, a lot of seasons where I probably should have finished worse than I did, and try to muck it up and get it ugly and spoil some seasons and things like that. But coming in this cycle was like I want to get back to dominating. Like I have a Cowboys team where I felt like my defense was fast enough. I could still be physical with the playmakers I have in my front seven. I felt like I would. My thing for me is that I don't get pass rush, so I feel like the pass rush has probably been the main thing that's been missing from my team on either side of the ball. Because when I'm able to make the decisions quicker, which of course affects the run game eventually, which of course affects your corners. Your corners look better. My corners are having to cover a lot because my D line, I'm just not able to get consistent pass rush, and it's handicapped me on my offensive end because now I feel like I'm having to overcompensate. Like you said, I wasn't that comfortable. Of course, there's the other little tricks of the trade, of course, outside stuff that affects little in small capacity, but more on the game, sir. It's just like I'm not the poise. Like I'm not comfortable enough to be poised because if I know what's in my playbook, I know my playbook inside and out. I go through it like a fine-tooth comb. But it's about being as
the progression
comfortable. Like, all right, cool. You know what? Okay, yeah. You know what? It's the past. We've been trying to be more pass heavy. We're trying to do this now. Okay, that's cool. Let's try to win this game, getting back to the trenches, and then let's open up the pass game. I talk about that all the time on Showdown, but there's been some of those tips and pointers that I actually been more applicable to my game. So every season I've been trying to get better, especially I haven't had Zeke as the dominating force that he can be. That's been the main thing. His X factor isn't glowing as much. Every other running back in my division has probably been better consistently than Zeke. Zeke has been more of has affected the game more as a receiver than he has as a runner. So he'll have his occasional Zeke games, maybe 2-3 times a season over the last couple of years, but it hasn't been. You got to stop 21 or now 15. Like, you got to stop him. You got to get him together. And I think, and that's another part that's been crucial, because when Zeke isn't rolling, I haven't been as crispy. Like, when I had that run with Wentz, I was winning. Wentz was doing some things, but Zeke was also doing things too, and that's what kind of gets lost in this.
Zeke was doing his thing because of how good Wentz was, and like they just work in a kind of a seesaw type. But I wasn't gonna mention this until next episode, because this was all about offense. Next one's about defense. But you hinted on it, so I'll give a little sneak peek to next episode. Let's talk about kind of how you built your team, because so let's look at my defense right now, right? When you look at my defense, maybe I'll let you see if you can say it without me going into it. But how do you describe the way my defense is built from bottom up?
So the way your defense is built is built for your user to have an impact. That will be my takeaway. You don't always go for the bigger names. You're more than willing to have people on, especially your linebackers. Your linebackers don't ever really are like always. They're probably more likely sub 80. More times than not overall. So it's usually about pass rush, or like I said, more to if you can get a pass rush, cool. But you're gonna make plays with your user, with like I said, this linebacker that you have, where he's just literally affecting the run game. He can also, kind of hide in coverage, and he can run from sideline to sideline. So Dawkins, he's so fast, and then you have speed on the outside, so you're not really gonna get beat deep too much, and people respect you enough as a user to where it slows them up. And I can't say this enough for others. When you can make someone think a half second longer than they want to, that could be all the difference in the world of a moment changing or the momentum, anything. It's important. So
let's go a little deeper. So start from the bottom on the defensive line, right? Okay. All my D line, 300 plus, besides Booker. And so Booker's my speed rusher, right? That's the edge that I drafted, and he always plays backside, because I want him rushing the passer, but I don't want him stopping the run, right? So all my linebackers are 300 plus to stop the run. And that way I don't have to play, unless I play, like, you'll see me play J-Rod, it's all user, because he's just that, he's got that type of run scheme that is good. But I want them big guys in there stopping, I don't want these 8-10 yard rushes every time. 1-2, grab them, pull them back, just making them hit different holes on their runs and stuff. That way then my user can clean up. Then all 88 and above speed linebackers gotta have speed, so that way if I play a runner like Bear, I play a lot, or Kylo. When I play Kylo, you'll see me come out in a lot of base against 3 receivers, and that's because I can put Dawkins on the outside, line him up, and not have to worry. Like, I'm not gonna leave him on an island, but not have to worry crazy amount about him, because he's 90 speed, 91 speed. But in season 3 when I had Meander too, he was 92 speed. It's just having that flexibility with the linebackers. Then you get to the secondary. All my outside receivers, 94 speed plus. Need the speed so I don't get beat. And then I let Byron, who's got the 95 man, he's got the 94 press. He's on the slot pressed up every single play. So you'll see me a lot on 2 receiver, tight set, stuff like that. I'm in baseline, because I don't want those speed receivers that don't have the ats to really keep up with the good ones. I don't have them pressed up. I want them out. I want them pushed out. But then I can move Byron up. So Byron's going to take your slot receiver, who that's 90% of people's first read. He's going to take the slot receiver away, and then it's just in the back end, it's just straight zone with the safeties. Just go ball hawk, straight zone. So, like, I built that team throughout the cycle to play how I like to play, right? So, like, there was never a plan with your build throughout the whole cycle. Whether it's defense, whether it's offense, you tried some things, which I did too. On offense, there was a lot more flexibility, where like one season I just said, fuck it, and just threw all my speed out, brought in my possession receivers, tried it out. Like, there's a lot more test on offense. But on defense, there needs to be a full scheme. So Like it's
Yeah,
just
we might have to save some of that, but I definitely I've had a plan with every. I mean, my
we're gonna see.
defense have. I feel like I've literally drafted and traded to the defense that I've wanted, like literally the defense what I wanted, like exactly.
We'll get
So
into that tomorrow. We'll get into
we'll
that tomorrow.
definitely hold it.
How,
We definitely gonna come back to that for sure.
but yeah, but you see what I'm saying though? How like
I
it
feel you.
comes
I feel you. I feel you. I
with
just think I
these.
gotta break it down so you can understand it from my perspective.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that now because I don't see it, but we'll discuss them. But that
Sure.
it's all like we do these shows and we talk about like single clips out of games, but then when you look at the bigger picture, the cycle it's all a build up. Like you're building a team
Right.
from the start
Right.
where
Right.
it's like a team like mine is completely 180 from where they started. But there's certain teams like the Cardinals, you don't need a 180. You got the pieces for the whole cycle. You just kind of plug and play role players. So it's like knowing your team and building a certain scheme. But yeah, we'll get a lot more depth into that in episode 5. But go ahead and take us away. Close this episode out. Talk a little bit about the adjustments you took from this that you'll be making on offense and what you took and what you think that you need to moving forward. But I'm gonna hand it over to you and I'm gonna hop out of here. That's episode number 4. Headaches to 8-8 over the hump. Just one more, bro.
Four up, four in the tank. Look, the focus coming into this particular cycle and just this season in general was to really be as as consistent as possible from game to game. Like that has always been my focus. I just want to always come out and do my thing, play good defense. I'm not gonna get beat deep. I want to bend but don't break. I'm gonna take my shots when they're there, or attempt to, but when they're there. I like to also let the game dictate sometimes what level am I going to, what you know what I'm saying, because sometimes you can't always impose your way as much as you want to, and a lot of good and some of the best users can, honestly, but I guess it's just how I approach games. Sometimes I like to let the moment kind of show me exactly, okay, you know what, maybe it's time to go a little bit overdrive and take it to another level. But one thing I'm learning and I'm continuing to see is that there's so many other ways to really get kind of what you want out of a video game, and especially with Madden, where we always talk about is people. Well, at least I don't really say this, but a lot of people say the game's broken. It's this, and that. But I also am very aware of like you can create your own luck, and especially in a game like Madden, you really can. If you keep yourself out of the BS situations, more times than not, the BS won't come. Now, it can still happen. It does, but there's a reason why more people have that problem than others, and I'm very transparent enough to say that I'd have had my moments where I'm like, oh, this game is da da da. But look, I play in a lot of close games, so if you in kind of a muddy, tough situation, you can kind of get yourself in the pickle. And I come from a school of always having 10 plus points on you, and But I love close games, but I feel like I've been too attached to them with the way I've been playing. So seeing myself drifting and not being as sure in the pocket, or you can kind of read, and just watching from the film, you can see, okay, he's probably going there, or he's probably going there. Just not having certain tells, and I look, this is definitely a work in progress. As of course, we try to get over the hump, and it's not like I haven't had success before. I don't know what I'm doing, but to just see like there's certain details, there's certain things that I probably have had success with, but had I tuned it up in other, in a better fashion, I could not have been just here, but I've also could have been here in certain seasons or certain aspects. So, and who knows how seasons could have gone if you win a game that maybe wasn't yours at first, and then maybe that turns your whole season around the way. Like when Carson came in, my season completely turned around, and then also went downhill in the same season. So, it's just all about being very sharp, taking your time, and getting out of bad habits. Like that was one thing, just getting out of bad habits, like finding ways to just create new habits. That's one thing the winners do. Whether any aspect of your life, you can create good habits. So that means if you got to get go from wayful always feels good and create a new routine where you can kind of start to see the results in different ways. You do that. But I think you either got it or you don't, and that's one thing I know I do have is I got it. This is all about putting other things together. And again, of course, as the competition rise, so should your gameplay. So no matter how much I brag about being a baller, it's all about putting it up to the test too. So I think these little extra moments of seeing yourself kind of maybe fall short in certain areas would definitely have you clean it up. So that's what we're looking to do.
right, and that's gonna do it for us. Episode number 4, headaches to 8-8 over the hump. We were going over offense. We went through all of it. You heard Tim close us out, so that's gonna do it for us. We'll be back a couple days. Episode number 5, the finale. We're gonna get up out of here. For me, for Tim, we'll see y'all soon.